Good morning. This is the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. My name's Dave Burney.
I'm Brent Apperson. Good morning.
Still undecided at this point in life.
Still undecided after all this time.
Yeah. Do you say David Burney, Dave Burney, David J. Burney? You know, sometimes I don't know exactly which way I'm going to go, and I stumbled there. Apologies.
I got to be honest, I have the same problem when I introduce you. Is it Dave today? Do I say Dave? Do I say David? Do I say David J. Burney? Yeah, I'm with you.
It's confusing, isn't it?
Yeah, kind of.
You'd think maybe I'd have that figured out by now, but I don't think it's that big a deal.
What makes it hard is they're all good.
Well, they're okay, yeah. I never did understand, and some other people have been, middle name has been J, but this is J-A-Y.
Yeah.
I don't know where the folks come up with that. I'm glad they did. It works good for radio, David J.,
Yeah.
But
so I'm going to ask a real stupid question.
Yeah.
J is not your middle name?
Yeah,
it is.
J-A-Y.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
I thought maybe you were saying that people just started calling you David J.
No.
But J is your middle name.
Yeah.
It works, man.
Yeah.
David J, the DJ.
I guess so. I'm pretty sure it wasn't, like one of those middle names after some relative.
Yeah.
Usually you'll see a connection maybe to a grandpa or uncle or something like that.
I think
Grandma.
that's why we call you David J. Burney, because it just got a nice ring to it.
I guess, and it's the name.
Yeah.
I don't know how we
It's a
got
good radio name.
Yeah. I don't know if we got started on that because I stumbled. I'm sorry, folks. Not that big a deal.
Because Dave didn't know how to refer to himself.
Myself. I didn't know how to, yeah.
That's how we got started.
That's sad, isn't it? That is pretty lame. Oh, boy. All right. It's Monday. We hope this weekend went well for you. I think it was kind of a catch-up weekend in a lot of ways. So many things have been happening. We got this little small break this past weekend from all sorts of activities, but this week certainly will be ramping back up again because we have the Sandhills Open Road Challenge activities, which actually I think begin tomorrow for check-in and different things going on for the races. And then Thursday is the loop-de-loop up at Halsey. And then Friday the shootout, and Saturday the Granddaddy, the over-the-road race, which was the original creation. Mm-hmm. Weather looks real good. I hate to curse anything here, but the forecast is panning out pretty darn nice for it. Actually, a little rain maybe here early to midweek, and it's going to warm up in the 80s, but heck, it's August, so.
Yeah.
And I know you took a little trip over the weekend, and you said you drove through some rain coming out of South Dakota, right?
Yep. Yeah, a lot of rain up there.
I got to tell you, I was out weed eating yesterday, and you went by in that straight truck.
Yeah.
You look like a truck driver, man.
Did I now? Well, that's good. We were able to make it there and back. That was the most important thing.
And it is a moving truck. It's a U-Haul, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's what we were in.
So are you leaving the neighborhood? Have you had enough?
No, we're not leaving.
Okay.
No.
I could just see the rumors starting.
Right.
If people
I know.
That.
Trust me, my wife and I had those discussions. Like, oh, man, they see this in the driveway. They're going to go, why is Brent leaving? Is Brent leaving?
Yeah.
Especially with some job openings here at KCNI KBBN Radio, but it's not to replace me. At least I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I'd have to ask.
I don't
Jeremy
want
for
to.
sure,
I don't want to be replaced.
Did you do
I
anything
hope I'm
to,
doing okay.
Did you make Jeremy mad or something?
I hope I didn't.
I don't think so. Well, we do have a couple openings, though. I guess we could talk about that. Real nice openings here. The most immediate one, I would guess, would be the news position, because Grant Winter is leaving Sunday. As once we finish up the Sandhills Open Road Challenge, he's headed to Iowa for a new job with public. Is it TV or radio?
I think Iowa Public Radio. I believe.
And he's got himself a new position up there, and we wish him the best. He'll really do well. We hate seeing him go. But we are looking for a news director, and we're advertising all over the country for it. But honestly, if there's somebody local who has some talents and lives here already, that's usually the best scenario, because you don't have to, worry about relocation, and then later on maybe they want to go to another place. But we've had good luck with folks coming in from other places too. So if you're out there listening and you have writing abilities and you have interest in that, talk to Jeremy Shipe. And we also have a sales position that will be opening up a little ways down the road here. So come talk to us about it. Get a hold of Jeremy, and he's taking applications, and we have some coming in. But it's not for Brent Apperson.
No.
He's staying here, I think, even though he had a U-Haul in his driveway.
I've left before I learned my lesson. This is home for me.
That's good to hear.
I'm just going to stick around.
That's good to hear. By the time you get towards retirement, you won't know your own name.
No. Oh, yeah. I'll be wondering, how do I refer to myself today? Is it Brent? Is it Brent James?
Yeah. 40 years of radio,
Brent
you won't know
James
your own
Apperson?
name. Yeah. We are going down tomorrow. We've talked about this before, but it's pretty exciting. We're going to be crisscrossing. The only guy probably isn't going to be crisscrossing is Brent, and he's been doing enough traveling anyway.
Yeah.
So the staff, one way or another, we're going to be attending the Nebraska Broadcasters Convention this week because Grant Winter has won some news writing awards, and it'll be exciting to see what award he gets, or awards he gets, and for what he wrote. So that's going to be coming up on Wednesday. Tomorrow evening is the induction into the Hall of Fame for Val Lane, who is an engineer for many radio stations here in Nebraska. But he goes back a long ways with us, and he sent me a text over the weekend, and said we did a little help with it. There's going to be a video presentation, and so we did some contribution to that. And he said, he must have saw the preview, and he said, thanks for the kind words. I was on vacation last week. I'll try to get in latter part of this week to finish up one of the projects we got going here. I don't know how the guy does it.
Yeah.
But I did send him back and say, it's easy to tell the truth. It's not hard to tell the truth, but I did refrain from speculating on the big parties you went to with Bob Dylan when you were out on the road with him. And he didn't reply, so I don't know exactly what that means. Anyway, that's going to be fun. And so part of the staff is going to go down on Wednesday. Now, they're gutting it out here because they're going to go down and take in the awards, and including Grant, all going to hop back in the car and come back home from Omaha Wednesday night so that we can be broadcasting video and radio on Thursday morning at Halsey.
Wow. So
it's going to make for a bit of a longer week, but it's all worth it. So that's kind of what we're up to, and we hope you folks out there have a good week ahead of you. As far as days go, nothing real exciting as far as funny things on this day, but this is National Lighthouse Day. And, you consider before GPS and even radar, the only way for ships to get in safely was a lighthouse. Pretty amazing.
You ever been to or seen in person a lighthouse?
Yes.
Have you?
Yes. And also when we were up in upstate New York, I believe it was. No, British Columbia. We went to the lighthouse that was sending signals when the Titanic went down.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was pretty historic and neat. And it wasn't real big, but it was up real in a real high place on a cliff. I hope I'm right on the location. My wife's probably grinding her teeth right now. But we did go to the lighthouse that had communications when the Titanic went down.
Uh-huh. Wow,
and
neat.
Went inside it. Yeah, it's pretty cool. But you think about how many lives those lighthouses saved over the years.
Yeah.
And they still have them in some places so that they can visually see where they're at. Also a very important day, Purple Heart Day, honoring the men and women of the U.S. military who were wounded in action and served with merit. So a very important day there. Birthdays, if you're having one, you're celebrating with Wayne Knight. Does that ring a bell for you, Brent?
Wayne Knight?
Yeah.
No, I know Phil Knight, I believe, is the Nike guy.
Oh.
But Wayne Knight, I'm not. No, I had no idea.
He's 68, by the way, and he was Newman, best known for playing.
Oh, on Seinfeld.
Yeah, Jerry's nemesis.
Okay.
Newman, yeah. He's 68 today. Bruce Dickinson is 65. He's the front man for the heavy metal band Iron Maiden. Rocker. And Michael Shannon, 49, actor. He plays General Zod in The Flash and the DC Comics universe. And he recently played country legend George Jones in George and Tammy, which was released a while back. So those are birthdays. If you're having a birthday, happy birthday to you. Also, this sad note, the U.S. women's soccer team lost at the World Cup, so they're out. That was pretty disappointing, wasn't it?
Yeah, I heard they got beat. I don't know much more than that. I think did it come down to a penalty kick situation or something?
I don't know.
They couldn't get it past this. I heard the Sweden goalie had an amazing game. I thought.
And
I don't know. I know they got beat.
It does say here, yes, the defending champs lost to Sweden 5-4 on penalty kicks, marking their earliest exit from the Women's World Cup in team's history. Two of the American top players are retiring this year from international soccer, so kind of a sad exit there. But, yeah, you mentioned the Sweden goalie playing excellent. This one I got to ask you about.
Okay. Elon
Musk and Mark Zuckerberg. If you're not familiar, that would be Elon Musk, of course, now it was called Twitter, but now it's called X.
Yeah.
His company X. And Zuckerberg is the Facebook guy, all right? And
yes.
They've never got along very well. They are talking about having a cage fight.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man!
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Yeah, Zuckerberg.
That would be interesting.
Yeah.
You think either one of them would actually throw a punch?
Well,
or would they just kind of dance around the ring?
Well, speaking of dancing around, Musk hasn't confirmed yet, but he's not holding his breath. The Tesla founder then tweeted he might need surgery on his back, so they may have to pause on this for a while.
Oh my goodness!
So he's kind of, milk toasting out, if you will.
You know what? If they were to do it and then donate all the funds raised to charity or something, I would applaud them for that. But I'm guessing.
Not sure they work that way.
Yeah, I was going to say. I don't know if that's what they have in mind coming up with that idea. A cage fight between the two.
I don't know if they could get their egos inside the cage.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So you've got Facebook going against Twitter, basically, and they don't like each other much. They have
which platform do you think they would air it on? Would it be Facebook or X?
Zuckerberg said it would be live streamed on his social media site.
Okay.
So I don't know.
So live on Facebook.
I guess. Musk also said that he's interested in this fight, but of course, a little back problem here and there for Musk, but we'll see.
Okay.
I think a lot of people would pay a lot of money to see one of them punch the other one in the nose. But
you think so?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
In this world today, that would go viral, as they say,
Oh, it would get a lot of media attention.
Yeah. Wouldn't be a very good fight, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't know.
Speaking of that, I had a nice conversation with Mr. Garner.
Oh yeah.
Over the weekend, yeah.
How's Coach?
He's doing well.
Good.
Doing well. Getting ready, teaching classes out at Mid-Plains.
Yeah.
Part of the time. And it was nice visiting with him.
Now, if I remember, speaking of fights, you challenged him.
I did.
To a boxing match at one time.
Yeah. I'm kind of glad that didn't go through, too.
Me, too. For your sake, very happy.
That might have been harmful.
That didn't go through.
I think if it would have went through, I wouldn't even know my name at all.
Right.
It'd be over with. 7:45. Good to have you folks along. A little bit of a light show today, but we are going to be visiting with some fine folks. Custer County Economic Development coming in. I imagine that would be Keith. or whoever he sends in or brings. We're going to have grocery cart specials for you. Brent's got those rounded up. And also on our list, the Broken Bow Area Rotary, if they're able to make it in this morning. And we have a few other things we want to tell you about. I heard your story this morning on the sports about the ladies golf team for Broken Bow looking to do it again the fourth time.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Sounds like they have some promise there.
Oh, boy, I would say.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Speaking of that, this is a good time to maybe promo something that'll be coming up later in the month. The Broken Bow Athletic Booster Club will once again be hosting what they call their fall sports kickoff for Broken Bow Athletics, and they have very graciously asked us to be a part of the event again this year. So we'll be doing that on August 22nd at Kincaid Brewing Company in Broken Bow. So mark that on your calendar. We'll get started at around 5:30 that late afternoon and then go into the evening visiting with coaches and players of all of the Broken Bow High School fall sports teams for 2023. And we encourage you to come on out and join us. It's always a fun evening as we get ready to start a new sports season. So that'll be on August 22nd. It'll be live at Kincaid Brewing Company. We'll broadcast it as well on KBBN 95.3 FM. So come on out and join us. Mark it on your calendar. And we'll be having some folks from the Broken Bow Athletic Booster Club joining us on the breakfast show in the days ahead to promote the event. But circle it on your calendar. Always fun. And we'll be talking more about girls golf at that time, volleyball, cross country, and football. It'll be fun.
Oh, by the way, I wanted to mention to you, I did notice that you were unloading the U-Haul yesterday in your driveway.
Yeah, yes.
And I was going to come over and help you, but I've been having a little bit of back problems.
Have you now?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Well, you need to get together with Mr. Musk and see what he's doing to take care of his back problems.
Well, he can probably afford a top-notch surgeon. You know, he probably doesn't need health insurance.
Yeah. Fortunately, tell you what, when you start moving stuff, for me, you realize how not that I've ever been a strong guy, never have been, but even not as strong as I used to be.
I understand. You had some help, though, I noticed.
Oh, I had some great help.
Yeah,
Thank goodness. I know a lot of folks can relate to this. Thank goodness for family.
There you go.
Thank goodness for family.
All right. Thank goodness for good people here in central Nebraska. They had a benefit this past yesterday, for Jo Beth Troxell's medical expenses. We haven't heard how that turned out, but I just have a real good feeling that it turned out really well. And I just want to remind you folks, if you didn't make it to the brunch yesterday at the Callaway Community Center, you can still drop off your donations at the closest Nebraska State Bank to you and get your donation made, even though you didn't make the brunch yesterday, because I know that Jo Beth can sure use the help. So sure that was successful, but if you didn't get there, just go to your closest Nebraska State Bank branch.
There you go.
All right, it's 10 minutes before the hour. Let's play the game, shall we?
All right. New batch of questions. Today we're going to test your knowledge on famous people that have been born in the month of August. Here's your question for today. Which country singer who sang, this will give it away, who sang The Gambler,
Oh, boy.
was born on the 21st of August, 1938? Your choices are Travis Tritt, Garth Brooks, Conway Twitty, or Kenny Rogers. Which country singer who sang The Gambler was born on the 21st of August, 1938? If you know, call us at 872-2801.
Is pain keeping you from doing what you love? If your neck, shoulders, back, or knees are preventing you from feeling your best, it's time to take action. Whether you've had it for years or it's due to a recent injury, you don't have to live with the pain. Pearson Physical Therapy of Broken Bow offers personalized treatments and flexible appointments that work around your busy schedule. Call Pearson Physical Therapy at 872-5800 or visit us on the web at pearsonpt.com. The treatment you need, the care you deserve.
We have Catherine on the line. Good morning, Catherine. How are you?
Oh, I need some help.
You need some help? What are you working on?
I need your service trimming up around my fences.
Oh.
Ah, boy. Looking for Dave's lawn service. some help
Sure.
from Dave's Lawn Service. There you
Well.
go, Catherine. I do want to just take a pause here for a moment and just make sure you understand that from personal experience, I have found out that sometimes the bill can be a bit large. So be very
I understand
so be very careful before you reach out.
Okay.
Okay.
But there could be a barter that takes place here.
Okay.
Nothing like a homegrown chicken in the frying pan.
Sure.
Some
I'll
farm
do
fresh
that.
eggs. There you
Yeah,
go.
some
Yes.
All right, here's Brent with your question.
Okay, Catherine. Which country singer who sang The Gambler was born on the 21st of August back in 1938? Is it Travis Tritt, Garth, Conway Twitty, or Kenny Rogers?
Kenny Rogers.
Of course, it's Kenny Rogers. And because you've answered correctly, we have a certificate that'll get you a free personal pan pizza, one topping at Pizza Hut in Broken Bow. So come on out and see us when you can.
I will. Thank you so much.
Thank
Thanks,
you,
Catherine.
Catherine. Take care.
I'll try.
All right.
Thank you.
Catherine's right, though, right now. This wonderful summer we've had, the grass and the weeds are doing quite well.
Oh,
so it's
man.
hard to keep up out there. And I'm sure Catherine has quite a bit of area to cover there. But kind of be careful. Good news is it hasn't been terribly hot to do the work in. And, I would consider a barter for, a couple fryers.
There you go.
I don't know for sure. I think Catherine lives up around Sargent, so I'd have to probably have to add on some travel.
Oh, boy. Yeah, mileage.
Yeah. Okay.
Dave's mind is spinning. Oh, wow. Wonder what I could make on this job.
Yeah. Wonder if she'd throw in some homemade gravy.
You never know.
We're going to have grocery cart specials for you in just a bit. Twist and shout, the Beatles on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Here's Brent Apperson with your grocery cart specials for the week, or at least a few of them. There's a lot more for you to enjoy if you go out to the store.
Indeed. Let's start in the meat department, where they've got fresh 85% lean ground round on sale for $4.58 a pound. Hormel Natural Choice Center Cut Boneless Pork Chops, $2.98 a pound. Grocery Cart's Premium Age Choice Certified Angus Beef, eye of round roast or steak, $4.98 a pound this week. And Grocery Cart's own homemade pork sausage, $3.28 a pound. 2.5 pound bag, all natural Best Choice bone-in chicken wing portion for $5.18 this week. And fresh or frozen Best Buy boneless, skinless chicken breast fillets, $1.98 a pound. Fairberry hot dogs, the big 2-pound package, $9.48 this week. They have Daly's smoked sliced bacon on sale for $3.98. Hillshire Farm ultra thin sliced lunch meat, $3.78. Oscar Mayer turkey bacon, the 12-ounce package, on sale for $3.98. On the dairy side of things, Nestle Coffee Mate Creamers are on sale, $3.98 for the bottle. Best Choice cream cheese is on sale for $1.88. Daisy Sour Cream, 2 varieties, the 8-ounce tub, $1.28. Sunny D Citrus Beverage, get the package of the smaller bottles for $5.98. True Moo, 1% or whole chocolate milk, $2.48. Chobani Greek yogurt, 9 varieties, 5 of them for $5. Kraft shredded cheese, $6.98. Always Save orange juice, $3.18 this week. And Best Choice string cheese for the packages, $2.88. In the frozen foods section, Lego My Eggo. Eggo waffles are on sale, 2 boxes for $6. Red Baron Pizza, get them for $3.98. Get a big bag of Totino's pizza rolls for $8.48. Tombstone pizzas on sale, 2 for $8. Banquet basic dinners, 4 for $5. And Banquet fruit pies are on sale, 4 for $5. Blue Ribbon frozen dairy dessert, that'd be ice cream basically. 40-ounce tubs, 2 for $5 at the grocery cart. Some of the other things that are listed in the ad for this week: Frito-Lay Lay's or Kettle Chips, $2.98 for the bag. Frito-Lay Cheetos or Fritos, $3.98. Nabisco Oreo Cookies, 2 for $8. Nabisco Toasted Chips or Premium Crackers are on sale, 2 for $7. French's Yellow Mustard, $1.88 for the 14-ounce bottle. And they also have Gatorade Thirst Quencher, $5.98 for the case at the grocery cart. In the produce section, red or green seedless grapes, $1.98 a pound. Extra fancy Fuji apples, $1.28 a pound. Jumbo cantaloupes are on sale, 2 for $6. Red ripe strawberries, 2 for $6. Fresh blueberries, 2 packages for $4. Sweet plums are on sale this week, $1.98 a pound. And they have summer ripe nectarines on sale for $2.98 a pound this week. And they've got the whole seedless watermelons in as well, $5.98 each. Just a few other things that are listed in the ad. Best Choice soup, the 18 to 19 ounce cans are $2.28 this week. Hawaiian Punch, 2 for $5. Orville Redenbacher's microwave popcorn on sale, $3.28. And Campbell's tomato or V8 juice, $3.48. If you love Pringles, get them now. They're on sale. The Mega Stack chips, 2 of them for $5. Just some of the things you'll see in the ad this week at the grocery cart in Broken Bow.
You're listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. It's news time.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. Intelligence officials in Ukraine say they've broken up a possible Russian plot to assassinate President Zelensky. CBS's Ramy Inocencio says it involved a Ukrainian woman allegedly looking for details about the president's schedule.
That informant, we understand, was detained, arrested after she tried to pass on that intel to her handlers.
The U.S. has sent Navy destroyers to the Aleutian Islands after Chinese and Russian warships were spotted patrolling international waters nearby. Senator Dan Sullivan.
The size of this joint surface action task force by the Russian and Chinese navies is unprecedented.
2 firefighters and a pilot have been killed in a mid-air helicopter collision while they were battling the flames of a wildfire in Riverside County, California. CAL FIRE Southern Chief David Fulcher.
I would like to express our deepest sympathies and sorrow to the family and coworkers of the personnel.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
In Nebraska news, the Douglas and Sarpy County Sheriff offices have filed to amend charges connected to the murder of a Kearney man whose body was found dumped along Rainwood Road in March. Cameron Rogers, 24, was arrested in April for tampering with evidence in connection with the death of 56-year-old Patrick Weber. Douglas County Sheriff's deputies and the Bellevue Police had served a search warrant at a home near 48th and Giles. The Sarpy County Attorney's Office has filed a motion to charge Rogers with additional counts, including first-degree murder and removing or concealing dead human remains. According to the Douglas County Sheriff's Office, his body was discovered on the afternoon of Monday, March 13th, when someone was walking their dog and saw the body roughly 14 feet from the road near 66th Street and Rainwood Road. 2 bodies and the remains of a third have all been found along Rainwood Road in northern Douglas County over the last 8 months, but authorities have said the cases are not connected.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Eddie Garcia.
In Major League Baseball games of note, the Brewers lose to the Pirates 4-1. It was the Cubs over the Reds 6-4, and the Reds lost their 6th straight, falling to the Nationals 6-3. So Chicago has moved into a tie with Cincinnati. They're both a game and a half back of Milwaukee in the NL Central, and the Reds and Cubs are tied for the final wildcard spot in the National League. Rangers shut out the Marlins 6-0. Texas sweeps the series. They've got a 2.5 game lead on Houston for first in the AL West. The Astros kept pace with a 9-7 win over the Yankees. Blue Jays beat up on the Red Sox 13-1. Toronto gets the 3-game sweep. Mariners over the Angels 3-2 in 10 innings. Seattle gets the 4-game sweep. Seattle's 2.5 back at Toronto with the final wildcard spot in the American League. The Angels are 0-6 since the trade deadline. Orioles blank the Mets 2-0 for a 3-game sweep. Rays over the Tigers 10-6. Baltimore's 3 up on Tampa Bay in the AL East. Dodgers beat the Padres 8-2. Giants fall to the Rays 8-6. LA now 4 up on San Francisco in the NL West.
Here's your weatherology forecast. Chance for scattered thunderstorms today, otherwise cloudy skies expected. Daytime highs approaching 78, winds out of the north 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chance for scattered storms tonight, lows dip down to about 56, cloudy skies expected. Chance for scattered thunderstorms again tomorrow, high temperatures reach up to 79, sunshine mixed with clouds at times. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki.
Is your current financial advisor really listening to you or just waiting for his or her turn to talk? Hi, I'm Janet Lawhorn.
And I'm Tim McCaslin,
your local Edward Jones financial advisors. And we are here, ready to listen. We want to know what's important to you. We want to learn about your goals so that together we can put you on the financial path that's right for you. Call us at 308-872-6849 or visit edwardjones.com to get started today. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
August 10th to the 12th, it's time for the Sandhills Open Road Challenge 2023. Open road racing through the beautiful scenic Nebraska Sandhills. Drivers will have their skills tested with a series of tight S-curves, fast straights, and tough 90-degree turns. Attend in person, watch on the Sandhills Express YouTube or Facebook page, or listen on 95.3 on your FM dial. Thursday, the loop-to-loop race from Halsey to Purdom and back starts at 8:30. Friday, a spectator's dream. Speeds over 200 miles per hour right in front of you on the Cozad-Callaway Road at 8 for the shootout. Then the Sork race itself is Saturday morning in Arnold at 8:30. The Corvettes, Challengers, Mustangs, and Lamborghinis you're seeing in the area are gonna go fast during Sork 2023. Be there, watch, or listen. View a full schedule at sorcrace.com. Sork coverage is brought to you in part by Trumbull Repair and Towing, the Callaway District Hospital with the Arnold and Callaway Medical Clinics, Reed's Food Center, Gateway Motors, Trotter Service Broken Bow, Sandhills Corral, Anderson Auto Tech, and the Smoke Shack.
Embarrassed by ugly yellow toe fungus?
Living with toe fungus it's embarrassing. I was afraid to take my socks off. I hid my yellow and crumbly toes from everybody.
Introducing Crystal Flush. Crystal Flush is the only FDA-registered 2-in-1 home treatment that attacks your toe fungus from both the inside and out. Crystal Flush's new and different combination system knocks out toe fungus for good. Guaranteed.
Crystal Flush is different. After just a few weeks, my fungus was gone. I mean, 100% disappeared. Crystal Flush was the only thing that ever worked. So if you're skeptical because you tried a bunch of other stuff, Crystal Flush is different. This is a game changer.
Crystal Flush is now available without a prescription, but it is not available in stores. Get your risk-free supply today. Go to crystalflush.com. That's CRYSTAL flush.com. Stop being embarrassed by ugly yellow toenails. Go to crystalflush.com or call 800-204-4484.
Waking up with The Breakfast Show. KCNI, KBBN Radio.
I love it.
8:06 is your time. We are 59 degrees currently under a mostly sunny sky. That fog is finally dissipating. Winds are not a factor so far today. Barometric pressure up 1 point in the last hour or so. Humidity is still high, though, at 97%, so it's not drying out too much yet. Our high yesterday was an unbelievable, pleasant 77, a little breezy yesterday, but a very nice day. Overnight low of 53. Sunset today at 8:50. Sunrise tomorrow morning at 6:40. And we have a half-inch, 51/100ths precipitation in the rain gauge here in the early portion of August here at the KCNI KBBN studios. 7 past the hour. As promised, we have Custer County economic development news and conversations. Keith is here, who heads up the organization. How you doing, Keith?
Good morning. Doing good.
Good, good. You brought a partner with you here this morning.
Yeah, we got a partner in crime this morning.
Oh, perfect. On a Monday, that's what we need. Well, let's dive right in. Don Cantrell is here. Don, how you doing?
I'm doing very well.
Good, good.
Had some nice rain, so
yeah.
Not even running any pivots right now. We'll probably start some today, but that's unusual in August.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, very unusual. So it's kind of weird, too, to, as you mentioned off the air, to, I don't know, the yards that you have trouble getting or water to this time of year are usually browning up by now. Pastures are starting to get a little crispy, and here we are getting these timely rains, cooler temperatures than normal. When we look around the rest of the country, what's going on? We're right in the rocking chair here, aren't we?
Yeah, it's God's country. There's no doubt about
Amen.
it. Just came off a county fair that had some of the best weather ever. It was cool.
Yeah.
We got some rain, so people weren't irrigating so much, and
it's perfect.
Perfect.
Really good.
Wonderful place to live.
Yep. A lot of good kids out there.
Yep.
And successful livestock auction as the grand finale. It's been rolling right along here.
Yep.
So, Keith, you brought Don in to kind of talk a little bit about his experience with economic development.
Yeah, we're working on our membership drive or membership campaign right now, and I thought it would be just a good idea to get our board members out here to talk about their perspective of the CEDC and why they're a member and what their expectations are of being a member of the CEDC. So Don's here today to help us out and give his perspective being a member and an active member of the CEDC.
All right, a little sidebar here, disclaimer if you will. I do want the audience to know that Don is known for his half-glass full attitude. He always looks at everything in a positive manner.
I thought usually mine's just overflowing.
Oh, you might be. Might be. You always amaze me, Don, because you always look at something and you can find something positive out of it. But with this experience with the Economic Development Group, facts are facts. It's been pretty successful, I think.
It really has.
Yeah.
You actually have way more failures than you have successes. But we've had a lot of successes. And so that the thrill of the hunt is what really turns me on.
Mm-hmm.
We get that call and, hey, here's a possibility of what could happen. And then you start working with people and seeing what you can put together. And it's just so much fun. And then to just build your community. I've always thought that I'd love to have all my grandchildren come back to Custer County. Have no idea what their goals will be, and it's whatever they want to do. But I like the thought of having a community where they would want to come back. And we do have a thriving community here in Custer County, in Broken Bow.
I think that's well put, because you can't control what the young people are going to do after they graduate from high school. You don't want to, right?
No, you don't want to.
But you do want to have an invite going out that would be enticing.
Yep. Yeah. My daughter, one time when she moved from Lincoln, she was living in Lincoln when I was in college and got a job, and she says, I want to move to the Quad Cities, and it's going to be tough for Mom. And I said, yeah, it's going to be tough. And she says, what do you think I should do? I say, Christy, you really should just come back to Broken Bow, get a job, and live here. But I said, it's your life. You go do what you want to do and go follow that dream.
Well, I know you've seen it, and Keith talked about it when we've been doing the show here. It doesn't always happen right away, but we have seen young people go off and say, this is it, I'm never going to come back here probably, goodbye. And then when they get ready to start raising their own family, they kind of migrate back again because they know it's a good place to raise those kids because they had a good experience, right?
Yep, and that brings up one of the programs we're working on right now, is to send letters to, or emails. We're trying to get, it's more of a challenge than I thought it would be, but that's the way it usually is, with to try to get the emails. And what we're targeting is people who are in the 25 to 45 age group, and say, hey, here's the jobs that we have in Custer County. Have you thought about coming back? And some of those people do. They like to come back and raise their kids in a very safe community.
One of the things that is more clear now than it was 20 years ago or further back is that agriculture, which you're involved in and have been your whole life, is vast as far as the different things that people can be involved in as careers. And yeah, the obvious one is, I want to come back and work on a farm and ranch and get involved in that. But, like, 4-H and some of the other organizations out there highlight the fact, and FFA and Future Business Leaders and all of that, ag has lots of opportunities right here in Custer County as far as technology goes and all of the different things, machinery that they work on.
Yep.
GPS. I mean, it's crazy, isn't it?
Yep. Total different world than what it was even 20 years ago or definitely 40, 50 years ago when I started. So.
Yeah.
Yep.
So the ag side of it's wide open for young people to come back and get involved in if they are interested in that. And then we sometimes overlook the mainstays here. We have BD, we have Sergeant Pipe, Sergeant Irrigation, we have Adams Land and Cattle, and then we have a lot of smaller businesses that are looking for good people to come back, right?
Yep. Be interesting to know how many jobs could be filled if you had enough people in Custer County. I don't know what it'd be, 200, 300, 400. It's huge.
Yeah, it's huge.
And part of that's housing,
right?
And daycare. We don't have enough daycare. But even back when I started, I was on Nest Builders way back in the day, and we built 3 houses back then, and we were going to build a 4th, but Lauren Taylor ended up buying the lot and building a house on it himself, so we didn't have to. But we were working on housing way back then, and I don't have any idea how many years ago that's been.
Yeah. Well, I just saw in the paper the other day, Arnold Sentinel, I think they're building another one over there, and they've done that right along. I know Brent lived there for a while, and there's some construction going on. Callaway is kind of a good example of what can happen, and they've been working with you, Keith, on some of that.
Yeah, we've got a house that's probably 6 weeks to maybe 2 months away from being done, and we're taking applications for purchasing that house now. So,
okay. All right.
Yeah.
I know that Ansley Lumber on the other end of the county, Heidi and Brian have been real proactive on getting things going as far as the housing goes in that area, all the way from Sargent down to Ansley and through there. They've been a big help, I think.
So I look at the CEDC as kind of a coordination, is a lot of what they do. and you'd look at when the hotel came in, when the cobblestone came in, and they were going to build that convention center.
Mm-hmm.
And so the investors were there, and the developer was there, and they were talking about the convention center. And they said, the developer said they'd never pay for themselves. So they had one for the two plans, one for 250 people at round tables, the other one was for 500 people at round tables. And the developer said, I would suggest the smaller one will be cheaper, and we'll lose less money. And so we said, well, One Box has outgrown every building in town, really needs the big one. What would it take to make that happen? So after they came up with a plan, they said, if you would give us $250,000, and for that $250,000 you could have naming rights, and you could also have use for free for 20 years. And so, in my view, a heck of a deal. And so we ended up, of course, they needed the money right now. So we came up with a plan where 10 people co-signed for $25,000 each on a loan with Nebraska State Bank, and they gave us a low-interest loan. And we were able to raise enough money. It is harder after something's built to get the money raised, but we end up raising $187,000 on the first go. And then there were some other donations as the years went along, and we made some payments, and then had a donor from Georgia that ended up just paying the whole thing off at the end.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
And that's that's coordination. That's taken a couple different organizations, a for-profit group of people who are going to build a hotel, and a nonprofit that needed the space. And
put it
so
together.
It's really neat.
Yeah.
It's fun to be involved in those types of things.
And oh, by the way, I think if I remember correctly, it was under construction, and we had a twister come through, and it was all little sticks there.
Leveled it
down, and you started all over again. And that kind of shows you some determination there too.
Yeah. That's Custer County for you.
Yeah.
It just kept right on building.
Yeah, gosh,
Start over.
Now that's been well used, and people use it for everything from receptions to craft shows to.
I think they have over 20 wedding receptions a year there.
Yeah,
that's huge to have a facility like that.
And it can be divided in half, by the way, so that if you don't have an event that would fill the whole thing, you can a lot of times get it divided up. And
we've gotten some conventions that come. We're big enough to do it here in the middle of the state.
Some sales.
Yeah, just all kinds of things.
Yeah, it's a good story. There's probably a lot more. I guess one of the ones that I thought of when you were talking about the One Box was Mid-Plains Community College. And I know some of the folks who were involved in economic development, the Custer development, were really involved in putting that together, helping to financially support the Mid-Plains getting built and what we see today, right?
Yep, it's huge.
Yeah.
Another one's the sale barn that Wendell had rented the sale barn, and then he lost his lease, and he'd come to us and wanted to know if we would buy it. He wanted to buy it, but they kind of got in crossways with the owner, and so we ended up buying it. And so Gothenburg, who has tremendous economic development,
they really do.
They've been extremely successful.
They really have.
They were going to offer him $200,000 in incentives. I don't know. Some was cash, I think, and then I don't know what all they were promising, wanting him to come back to Gothenburg and build a brand new one. And so we end up buying the sale barn and then turning right around and selling it right back to him for the same price. And then since they were offering him incentives, we thought, well, maybe we could raise some money to give to him. So we started a campaign to raise $100,000 and called ranchers, farmers and ranchers, and we raised $100,000 in just right at 24 hours. It was
Wow.
Unreal. And I was one of them on the team. I think there were 3 of us that were really actively pursuing them. And in an hour, I think I raised like $30,000.
It's amazing.
And all I called was farmers and ranchers. And I told them, nobody will ever know that I've even asked. I have no idea if you're interested at all. And the one thing I kept hearing over and over is, Wendell runs a really nice barn. It saves me a lot of miles. And particularly for their cull cows is what they really, really liked it for. And so it was just amazing. Of course, cattle prices were good, so that never hurts.
That makes a difference, yeah.
And they'd say, how much are you looking for a donation? I said, just whatever you want to give. And generally it was $2,500. One guy did give $7,500, but $2,500, $5,000 at a crack. And
adds up.
That's just amazing.
Yeah.
And so we've got that sale barn's really successful. Of course, it's sold since then, but really successful business.
Oh, good operators
and
now
huge.
too. Yeah.
What Custer County needs, and the area, it's just huge.
Well, and they, with the new ownership, or I guess it's not so new now, but with the current ownership, you have Burwell and Broken Bow complementing one another, and you can take them out of their place and do business with the same folks. It's really working good.
It really works well.
Yeah, those are great stories.
Yeah,
I think
they're
there's some
fun.
things that we didn't know about before, and I think that's why Keith brought you in.
Well, yeah, you don't know what all's going on, and so much of what we do, you can't talk about
at the time,
and even our failures. There's a lot of them that we really can't talk about. I mean, you don't want to cause any embarrassment for anybody, or you just never know. I mean,
you don't want to.
It's one of those jobs that you kind of got a target on your back because it's change, and sometimes people struggle with change. That's and so and then some people don't want their bull gored. I mean, competition.
Yeah.
And you even faced that when K-Bear came in.
Yep, we did. We did.
And and from the outside looking in, you have a way stronger business than you did at that point in time, in my view. But
yeah, it made us better. We clicked it up a couple notches and made some improvements, and we've been blessed with good staff here. So, and the competition was in the end a positive thing for us. But it is scary, and I totally understand when you live in a county of 10,000 people. Sometimes you wonder if is there enough to go around here. How many of the same type businesses do you think it'll support? And that's always your question.
Yep.
And that's where Keith always talks about people thinking about starting something out there new. A business plan is key, because you really need to know what your chances for success are before you dive into something new. In our case, it presented itself, and we had to make the adjustments, and we appreciate the support.
And you did. You guys stepped up, and really, you got a tremendous station.
Thank you.
When I go around, and today, as I go around businesses in Brookville, here's what I'll hear. Heard you on the radio. Heard you on the breakfast show. Your following is huge.
Yeah, it's big. Sometimes, trust me, there's a tough side to that too, Don. I just asked Brent. I mowed his lawn for him over the weekend. We haven't got to that yet.
Yeah, I haven't got the bill yet.
No.
Speaking of economic development, Dave has a new business.
He's
going.
quite an entrepreneur.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The thing that I find interesting is when people start a new business, whether it's a shop to work on the equipment or whatever, they're swamped from day one.
Mm-hmm.
We've got, whether it's backhoe service or just whatever, electrical.
Yeah, those kinds
plumbing.
of businesses flourish.
There's just so much business and so much opportunity there.
Concrete, electric, they're all growing and looking for help, and the one thing I think that we appreciate more than ever is those kinds of businesses where people are still willing to get their hands dirty and go do those kind of jobs, and they deserve the money that they get because they're phone's probably ringing off the wall for a plumber. Got to be in 3 different places at one time, and those kind of services we really need. And I agree with you 100%. So, how's membership going, Keith?
Actually, looking at our finances right now, we're in pretty good shape. We had a dues increase first time in 20-some years this year, and so that's helped us a lot. But the one thing that I guess the message today is that we really need to have that engagement of businesses in the community in what we do. And Don is a great example of a long-term commitment to economic development. And so there are no shortcuts in what we do, and the process is extremely important, and Don's been involved, and he's described that process that we have. But it takes businesses to make this happen. It takes businesses that want to get to the table, doers who can make a deal or make a contact or invest some money, but it can't be the same people all the time. And so what we're looking at is we need more members, new blood, new insights. And so what we're going to be doing is asking businesses in the area, in the county, to join the Custer Economic Development Corporation for a long-term commitment. We have 3 different ranges of membership. We have a $3,000 membership, which is a voting member. We have a $750 membership, which is a group of members that vote for 4 people to represent them as a voting member. And then we have the third group is just a group that whatever the business can afford to pay under that $750 membership rate. And so what we try to do is have a broad spectrum of businesses, large and small, that whatever they can afford to do to participate. But part of this, the sell really is that you have to be engaged and not just be a member. And so we invite all of our members to be at our board of directors meetings. They get every member gets a packet every month of what's going on, so they can see what's going on. And I've had comments of people who appreciate that. And so maybe Don can give his insights as to the board meetings and exactly what happens at those board meetings, because it's quite a process.
Well, we generally have between 20 and 30 people at our board meetings. Very rare that we don't have at least 20. And so that in itself is really important for a community, because you have all these business people who are connecting once a month.
I think the other part that, Don, is good is the reports from the different parts of the community, the hospital, the school, the city, chamber. You get those reports in the agenda too. You don't always get everybody there, but nice to know, what's going on with the city, and it could be street improvements or, whatever the case may be. That's kind of interesting to listen to as well.
Yeah, it is. And then you have the people just in there visiting with each other, as far as if they serve on different committees. You get to know people better, of course, and then when some business deal comes along, they might start a joint venture. You just never know how it's all going to pan out.
Yeah. All right, Keith. They just call your office if they want to talk to you about becoming a member. I know you have some outreach there. You got things you're working on for your website and so forth. Best way, just give you a call.
Yeah, 402-450-7476, and we'd be glad to visit with you. We are going to be going out and talking to businesses, and we've got a list that we're going to work from to ask them to join.
Okay. Before we close, Don, we've talked about this for many years, but you're still working on it, and that is a safer crossing going into the grain facility up at Anselmo. How's that going?
Well, we've been working on it for 10 years. I didn't realize it'd be a lifetime commitment, but anyway, this is all happening through the Custer County Corn Growers, and our latest is that the county, I think they've signed the deal. I guess I need to find out, but we had an agreement with the railroad, and previously we'd gotten an agreement with the Department of Transportation, and so my current goal is that it gets finished this next summer. We'll see how it works out, but the plan is for cross arms and paving and make a really nice, safe crossing out of it.
Yeah.
So
in the meantime, of course, you've always urged be careful until then.
Yep.
And
Yep.
don't need anything to happen before it finally gets done. But the different entities that you've had to go through to make this happen grind pretty slowly. And I guess maybe slower than you might have thought.
We've made trips to visit with 2 different governors. I kind of lost track with how many people I've worked with the railroad. They usually hold a position for about 2 or 3 years, and then I have to retrain.
Meet somebody new.
And so it's been an experience.
Yeah. Well, thanks for all your effort there, and I know it's going to be worth it. Easy for me to say since you've been working on it 10 years. I go back to the Planning Commission. I think it took us 7 years to come up with the first set of zoning plans, and as you say, change comes hard and harder than in some cases than others, but thanks for your effort very much.
Yep. Thank you.
Keith, thanks for coming in. You're going to bring some more folks in as we go along?
Yeah, we've got a schedule now. I'll get you a schedule so you can know who's going to be coming out here, but you bet, we've got people coming out from the board that are going to just give us their ideas and their experiences in working with CEDC.
All right, now I do want to apologize to you, Keith, and to the other board members. The last meeting, I printed off the agenda. When you walked out the door, you asked me, are you going to make the meeting? And I said, I'm going to try. And I had planned on making it. And this gentleman over here, Brent, talked me into going golfing.
Oh.
So I missed it. But I want you to know it's the only time I've been golfing this summer. So I'm going to blame it on Brent.
Well, as long as you discussed business during your golfing, then
we did that.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, business.
Yeah.
Monkey business mostly. But
Well, that's true.
So I apologize.
No worries. You're fine. We'll dock his pay.
Okay. Give me a list of your meetings, Keith, and I'll make sure I don't invite him out to the golf course on those days.
Well,
it's always on Monday.
Oh, it's always on Monday.
It's the third Monday of the month.
All right.
Yeah.
Third Monday of the month.
And sometimes as busy as that course is these days, which is a good thing, that's about the only day you can get on. Sometimes.
Just about.
Is that right?
They had a big member guest tournament this weekend, and it looked like they were having a great time over there. So, and that's another good story. Don't know if it has anything to do with economic development through this organization, but the golf club is going great.
Yeah, isn't that neat?
Yeah. And as you say, to look over there now, and the whole place is green.
Yep.
You know, usually it's always brown in spots, but and they're doing a great job over there. In fact, we complimented them that day that you tore me away from the meeting, Brett.
Yeah.
One talking about economic development again. One of the game changers was when Alco came to town, and they were showing where the judicial center is or where the college is.
Mm-hmm.
That was the possibility of they may be able to attain that for nothing, basically, because the group that owned it, and they said no, we want to buy this property. They bought that property where the building is, and they said the town will grow this way. And I thought, in the next 20 years, in 5 years, that whole thing was filled in.
Yeah.
And you never know, but that was huge to draw people to that side of town, and then everything else just took off.
And that was Shopco, I think, right?
Alco is when it started. Yeah.
Was it Alco when it started?
Alco is what first came.
Oh, really? Okay.
I'm sure I'm right, but I could be wrong.
It doesn't matter. The point is that
I'm sure it was alcohol. But
now,
anyway, that's.
I'd agree with you because coming out here all these years, I would get to Pearson's house, which was still sitting there at that time, and there was nothing.
Yep.
Then Red Line Equipment came along, and that building was there, and I thought, that's it.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
I always thought if it was going to go anywhere, it would go east.
Yep.
And there's some growth out there now, too.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
It's amazing.
Interesting how it all works together.
Yeah. Yeah. Can't predict the future.
No, you can't.
Brent, I'm going to try to forgive you for not letting me go to that meeting the other day.
Well, no better than you golfed. You probably should have went to the meeting.
Well, it was noticed in the minutes that you weren't there.
Oh, great. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it very much. Here's Blackberry Smoke on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
Ansley Lumber and Supply is locally owned and operated and proud to be your full-service lumber yard. From premium lumber and top-quality building materials to paint, tools, and ag supplies. When you drop by Ansley Lumber, their crew is prepared to help you with your project. From the materials for building a house to the accessories and pieces needed to make it a home. Ansley Lumber and Supply, Main Street, Ansley, or call 308-935-1815.
Lashley Land and Recreational Brokers is proud to be servicing the Custer County area, and currently land is moving at a high rate of speed. So if you are considering selling your land, now is the time, or get an opinion of what your land might be worth. Call me, John Farley, at 308-530-7854, or check me out at lashleyland.com.
Does the thought of turning 65 give you nightmares? It doesn't have to. Hi, this is Liana with Nebraska Owners Insurance Agency, and as an independent agent, I work with the major insurance companies that you're getting mail and phone advertising from. If you're feeling overwhelmed with the options, give me a call to set up an appointment. We will go through the Medicare process step by step, from signing up to enrolling in the necessary supplement and Part D drug plans. You don't have to do this alone. Nebraska Owners Insurance Agency is here to help. Call me at 836-2201 or stop in at the office in Callaway.
When you're battling cold or allergy symptoms, you want products you can depend on. They have them at Varney Health Mart. Shop their complete section of nasal sprays and various amounts of sprays. On sale now to start your relief from allergies. When that cold has you plugged up, nasal decongestant PE is on sale at $2.99. For the kids, children's cold and cough multi-symptom is $4.99. Varney Health Mart, downtown Broken Bow. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
8:42 is your time. You're listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show on this Monday. Thanks for doing so. We always appreciate that. I'm going to turn things over to my good friend, my neighbor, my co-host, my brother-in-one. Not brother-in-one.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Brett Amperson.
It's been a tough day for Dave. He came on the air not knowing whether to call himself Dave or David J. or David J. Burney and
brother and son all in one.
Yeah, there you go. All right,
got it out.
Our friends with the Broken Bow Rotary are with us this morning. Good morning to you both. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning.
We were talking about this off the air right before we came on the air. And I think talking about this is a good place to start because I think it'll kind of lead us into kind of our topic of a conversation this morning. But the movie Sound of Freedom showed here at the Fox Theater in Broken Bow, and I know that Broken Bow Rotary, and really Rotary internationally, is really working hard to take a stand against human trafficking. And I know that the area chapter was active in promoting Sound of Freedom. And a lot of people came out to see the movie, and it handles a subject that is, well, I don't know, the word sickening comes to my mind, but it's real, and I'm sure that the Rotary was very happy with people who came out to see the movie and get an idea of just what is happening across our country and beyond.
Brent, you couldn't be more correct. Rotary introduced the movie each night and then gave some statistics afterward and had some really wonderful conversations with people afterward. They're very, very interested in being educated. And the best way to arm your community is education. 2 years ago, we brought a trailer in and we put over 1,000 kids through it, junior high school kids, to talk about the dangers on the internet and how it's a slippery slope. And we're just very proud of that. But after that trailer left, there were a lot of questions asked and received a lot of phone calls. It was, okay, what's next? What do we do? What are the signs? What do you do if you suspect something? And hopefully this time we'll answer a few more of those questions. That's our goal. It's just to throw a statistic out there, because I know you guys are number crunchers. Creighton University has a an arm of the university that they do statistics, they do studies, they train how to do studies, and they worked with a program called I've Got a Name. And this last year, they released their study on human trafficking for Nebraska, and their numbers came out that over 900 individuals are bought and sold in the state of Nebraska every month.
Wow.
And many of these are children. The youngest child in that study was 6. The average age of that study was 14 to 30. And according to the Nebraska State Patrol, this is happening in every corner of our state. Is the majority along Interstate 80? Yes. But we're not immune. If you look at the confluence of highways in Broken Bow, it's Highway 2, Highway 183, 91, 92. I can't remember all the alphabet soup or the numbers across the top of the line for numbers, but we've got a pretty steady group of people that pass through the community. And trafficking, can I tell you what it's not? It's not the unmarked white van pulling up to Tomahawk Park, having 2 thugs jump out, grab a kid, and throw him in the back end. That's what it's not in central Nebraska. It's far more subtle than that. And so we're asking people to get involved. We have a trailer. I've got a friend here, Robert and Michaela Staub, are our presidents for the next 2 years.
Wonderful.
Yes, score. And to have a husband and wife team that aren't in their mid-70s like Norm and I are, it's just great. So, Robert, would you talk about truckers and the dates that it's coming in and stuff like that?
Absolutely. You all get to hear me instead of my better half, so I apologize for that. But just like Deb was saying, we've got Truckers Against Trafficking. It is an actual semi-trailer that will be in Broken Bow. And you'll want to get your pens and pencils ready. August 27th, 28th, and 29th of 2023, we are bringing for the first time the Truckers Against Trafficking trailer, and we are very, very excited about it. For everybody who was really interested in learning more, doing more after the Sound of Freedom movie, this is your opportunity. We're going to have some great speakers from all over the state that are going to be talking and giving the trainings for the Truckers Against Trafficking. So, I mean, starting Sunday, August 27th, we have a hot meal that's going to be provided by Hot Meals USA, which is actually a Rotary organization. We are very excited to have them come to town. They always have really, really good food, so you'll definitely don't want to miss that. But from 2 to 3 p.m., we've got a panel of some really big names. So we've got Angie Swanson, who is the Rotary District Anti-Trafficking Chair. She is a ball of fire. This gal is fun to listen to, fun to talk to, and she has a lot of information, more than anybody I've ever met on human trafficking. So definitely, you're going to want to hear Angie. We've got Brandy Belton, who is actually the gal who organized Truckers Against Trafficking, and she is extremely knowledgeable. This gal's schedule is jam-packed. You're not going to want to miss her. We've got Lieutenant Tim Arnold from the Nebraska State Patrol. He's actually an investigator, and he is in charge of, or part of, Troop D, which is 23 counties across central and western Nebraska. And then also Nebraska State Patrol Officer Tim Flick, who has been to town before. A lot of people have heard him talk, and he is just a very dynamic speaker who has a lot of information that's going to help people out. So the panel's from 2 to 3, and then question and answer from 3 to 4. So following that, there is a presentation by Brandy Belton. And then moving on to the next day, Monday the 28th, the interactive exhibit will be open all day. So from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., you will be able to come up and actually walk through this interactive trailer that is going to give you all sorts of information and training on how to handle a potential situation. So we're really, really excited.
If I can jump in about this trailer, this was put together by the truckers organization. It's called the Freedom Drivers Project. And the trailer tells the stories of individuals who were trafficked and identified by truckers. And so then they called it in and helped get them get them their freedom, and how to do that. And so it has a lot of information on what to look for, and then how to respond if you see it. I've not personally walked through the trailer yet, but I will be there. But from what I've heard, it's a very interesting and well worth your time. It is air conditioned. That was something my husband asked me this morning. Please tell me in August this trailer's air conditioned. It is air conditioned. It'll be parked north of the municipal building, and that street may be blocked off. So that's just kind of heads up. On Monday, we're pretty excited about bringing in FBI agent Jennifer Shipman. She's a native Nebraskan. She's from a small town in Nebraska. I'm going to have to research where. I can't frankly remember. I know I was told. But she's brand new to returning to Nebraska. She's not a new FBI agent, but what she is new to our state. The FBI have added a new desk in Grand Island, and it is for human trafficking and biosecurity. Those are her two areas of expertise. And we all know how our government entities work. You don't add a desk unless the desk is needed. So they're assigning somebody there. So she'll be very interesting. Her presentation is going to be at noon with time for questions and answers afterward. And that evening at 5 o'clock, oh, by the way, this is part of, Dave, I know you, and Brent, you remember when the Chamber used to have Lunch and Learn?
Yes.
Well, we're relaunching the Lunch and Learn program. And so she will be part of this Lunch and Learn program. So it's at noon at the municipal building, and you do need to bring your own lunch if you want to eat. We'll have coffee and lemonade and cookies, but if you want something more substantial, you need to bring your own. And at 5 o'clock that evening, we're going to do a business after hours. The presentation will be by Sheriff Dan Osmond, and he really knows his stuff on apps that should be on your phone or apps that maybe shouldn't be on your phone, and especially on your kids' phones. So he's going to talk a lot about how to be on the internet but be safe at the same time. And then Tuesday we'll be focusing on student education, and we have schools coming through.
Wonderful.
I was going to ask you about that because school will be in session by then. Robert, the programs on Monday, looks like at least two of those, or Deb, either one, are at the Fox Theater, correct? So that's...
Yes, the presentations are going to be at the Fox.
And they're working with you again, which is great.
Yeah, Fox Theater has been huge. We appreciate them so much.
Yeah. You use the big screen and all of that to present that, so that's great. And school will be in session, so you've got the tours. Also, you're doing some training for the hospital as well?
Yes, correct. That will most likely will be taking place at the hospital. I had a conversation over the weekend with the new hospital administrator. And he's really excited that this has already been in motion. The hospital put this in motion last year to be one of our sponsors for this, and he's excited about landing in town just in time to take part in all of this. So we'll be taking the training up to the hospital for that.
Okay. All right.
And then the trainings that we have going on in the morning, they're going to be at the Fox Theater. They're going to start pretty well on the hour, each hour. And we're focusing on a couple of industries, the truckers industry, and really it doesn't mean you have a CDL and you drive. Please come if you have a CDL and you drive. But if you happen to fuel, if you happen to work a loading dock, if you happen to be on the street, if you happen to be standing on the street and occasionally wave at a trucker, you're involved. You're invited. So it pretty much the public is invited to everything. This display that's coming into town will only do our community good if people come out and visit it.
Is there a place that people get? Do you have this posted somewhere, the schedule that you guys just ran through, that people can look at and see what's happening when?
As of today, it'll be posted on Broken Bow Rotary's Facebook page.
Okay.
And it's also going to be posted through your Sandhills Express.
Okay.
Very good.
I told her I would send it to her digitally when I get home later this morning. and it will be on there. And then we've got signs around town. It'll also be on the Chamber's website. And you can you can email us at brokenbowrotary@gmail.com. I'll be happy to send it to you.
Okay. Is there, is it just open, everything open, or are you looking for pre-registration on anything, Deb, or just just the doors are open?
Just the doors are open. And our lunch and our dinner on Sunday are free will offering.
Okay.
To help pay for the event.
Mm-hmm.
So, please come. Bring your families, bring your grandma, bring your kids. I'm not going to ask if you can bring your dog or not, but if he's a service dog, definitely welcome. But just come.
I see also that, and Robert, maybe you've looked at this. There's a website, the truckersagainsttrafficking.org, which you can probably get an overview, a little more detail on some of the figures and so forth that are being presented.
Yeah, there is a website at the bottom. Truckersagainsttrafficking.org. I encourage anybody and everybody who is curious about this to go ahead and give it a visit. But if I may, I'm also going to give a plug, because you can never say it enough, the ways that you can help. So one of the things that Nebraska has done, Deb spoke about the FBI agent, the new desk that will be in Grand Island. Well, Nebraska is actively involved in making sure that human trafficking gets tackled with every resource they can. And to that effect, they have opened a Nebraska trafficking hotline. So once again, if you have those pens and pencils, it's 1-833-PLEASE-LOOK. That's PLSLOOK, or 1-833-757-5665. This is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and it's available in 200 languages. So, additionally, sorry, Deb. Additionally, if you're like me and you prefer to text rather than call, you can text HELP to 233-722 or Be Free, and you can also reach the hotline that way. So this is something that's very, very important. Those are numbers to have in your wallet, in your purse, posted on your mirror in your vehicle. Just have those numbers available, because you never know when you might run across something that makes you wonder and you want to say something.
And I've had somebody ask me, what if I'm wrong? What if I see something, I don't think it's right, but I'm wrong? And I'm going, more importantly, what if you're right? So our law enforcement really they are extremely well trained. They know what to do. So if you see something that doesn't look right, please don't jump in the middle, because if it is trafficking, you're going to bring additional harm to the individual. And you could be putting yourself in harm's way. But call 911, call the hotline, report it, and be aware, be situationally aware. When you call it in, give a description of what you see. What made the hair on the back of your neck stand up? What did you see that you thought was wrong? And they'll know what to do.
All right, that's good advice. August 27th through the 29th, and the Municipal Building, Fox Theater, the hospital, the schools all being a part of this. Thanks for bringing this in, guys, and we'll look forward to promoting this as it gets a little closer, which the way summer's gone, it'll be here before you know it, right? So.
Well, we can't thank you enough. We can't thank our media enough, and you guys do such a good job. You're so community aware, and your hearts are with the community, and it shows.
Well, thank you. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
All right, we're up on news. Any last thoughts, Robert?
No, I encourage anybody and everybody, if you're on the fence about this one, don't miss it.
All right, very good. News is next on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show on this Monday.
Why buy alfalfa from AeroSeed? Experience. Over 75 years in the alfalfa business makes a difference. Their experience helps them find the genetics that offer alfalfa growers a true value. Genetics that offer top yields like L457 HT and exceptionally high-yielding and high-quality alfalfa with excellent digestibility. And Big Red 3, a high-yielding winter hardy variety. The right seed, properly matched to your management practices and growing conditions, pays for itself, often on the first cutting. Quality seed pays, period. Visit aeroseed.com today to find the dealer nearest you.
Not skipping breakfast is an important part of your overall health, so don't ever skip out on your financial health either. Bruning Bank has a full regiment dedicated to keeping your finances in shape. Earn interest on your checking account with Premier Checking. Signing up or switching is easy and can be done remotely. Enroll in CreditSense to monitor your credit score and learn what you are doing well or could improve upon. It's free and a part of mobile and online banking. Call or stop by today. Bruning Bank. Build, grow, thrive. Member FDIC.
Gary's Superfoods in Broken Bow. Save with them today. This week, pick up assorted pork chops at $1.99 a pound, or fresh boneless, skinless chicken breast in family packs at $1.99 a pound. Summertime is a great time to enjoy whole seedless watermelon, $3.99 each, or Northwest grown sweet cherries at $1.99 a pound. Don't forget to take advantage of Gary's Superfoods rewards each week and every Monday through Friday from open until 1, senior citizens receive a discount. Gary's Superfoods, South B Street in Broken Bow.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. Intelligence officials in Ukraine say they foiled a Russian plot to assassinate President Zelensky after a Ukrainian woman collected information on his whereabouts. CBS's Ramy Inocencio from Odessa.
This informant was detained, arrested after officials say she was caught red-handed trying to pass the intel to her handlers. If convicted, she could serve up to 12 years in prison.
Prosecutors have new concerns about former President Trump and comments he's made after he was hit with criminal charges involving election tampering. CBS's Robert Costa.
Former President Trump's lawyers have until 5 o'clock tonight to respond to the Justice Department's efforts to restrain what Trump can publicly say about this case.
State police in Pennsylvania say 3 passengers were killed in a charter bus collision on I-81 near Harrisburg.
Unfortunately, crashes happen all the time on 81, but a crash like this with that many people is rare.
Police say it was raining heavily at the time. CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Nick Cope.
Some news in the NFL as ESPN reports that free agent running back Kareem Hunt, formerly of the Chiefs and Browns, is set to make a visit with the Saints. New Orleans needs some reinforcements after Alvin Kamara was suspended for the first 3 games of the season, and Eno Benjamin tore his Achilles last week and is out for the year. In baseball, Cubs beat the Braves 6-4. Reds lost to the Nationals 6-3. That's 6 losses in a row now for Cincy. Cubs and Reds are now tied for the final wild card spot in the National League. And in the Central, they are each a game and a half back of the Brewers, who fell to the Pirates 4-1. Rangers won their 6th in a row, a 6-0 shutout of the Marlins. Texas 2.5 games up on the Astros in the AL West. Houston edged the Yankees 9-7. Dodgers cruised past the Padres 8-2. Giants lost to the A's 8-6. LA leads San Francisco in the NL West by 4 games.
Here's your weatherology forecast. Chance for scattered thunderstorms today, otherwise cloudy skies expected. Daytime highs approaching 78, winds out of the north 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chance for scattered storms tonight, lows dip down to about 56, cloudy skies expected. Chance for scattered thunderstorms again tomorrow, high temperatures reach up to 79, sunshine mixed with clouds at times. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki.
There's a lot of uncertainty in ag and business today. One thing you can always count on, though, is Nebraska State Bank, looking for ways to help local ag producers and businesses be successful. Right now, NSB is running an ag and commercial equipment loan special that features a 6.49% fixed interest rate for qualified customers. You heard that right, a 6.49% fixed interest rate. Call one of their local experienced ag loan officers at 872-2466 to find out more about this limited time loan special. Nebraska State Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Don't let falling behind on your spraying affect your yield. Now is the time to book fungicide and insecticide applications on corn and soybeans with Aero Aviation. Not only can you fight disease, but you can improve plant health at the same time, increasing yields. Easily control insects like grasshoppers, rootworms, beetles, and western bean cutworms with the help of Aero Aviation. Call Casey, Melissa, or Kim with Aero Aviation at 308-872-5113 to talk about your options. Warming up to 64 under a mostly sunny sky. Winds not a factor so far today. Barometric pressure real steady. Humidity is still high at 95% here at Broken Bow. You're listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show, and Brent and I have a few things we want to tell you about yet before we close this morning. Brent will be without yours truly tomorrow, so I'll be on my way to Omaha, and while I'm there, I'm going to be seeing an attorney.
Okay. That's great to know.
Trying to mix two things together business-wise there. It has to do with some billing problems I'm having with Dave's Knife Sharpening and lawn service.
All right.
That's all the farther I'm going to go with that.
Okay. Well.
Here's John Fogerty and Bruce Springsteen together.
to help support the ministry of Camp Comica just outside Cozad. This is scheduled for August 12th, running from 5:30 until 8. Barbecue and music. What a great combination. The 73rd Annual Camp Comica Cookout at Camp Comica, located just outside Cozad, Nebraska. The actual address is 75670 Road 417, Cozad, Nebraska. So help support Camp Comica during their 73rd Annual Comica Cookout, August 12th, 5:30 to 8, free will donation.
Well, we spoke with them last Friday, I believe it was, at the Exchange, because they have some job openings there. They're looking to hire full or part-time employees. You need to be 19 years of age or older with some night and weekend availability. They also have, as mentioned last week, a $1,000 sign-on bonus paid in equal amounts twice monthly until paid in full. So call the store and pick up an application or ask for one to be emailed to you by contacting the Arnold Exchange at 2023@gmail.com, 2023@gmail.com, and get things started. Starting wage depends on past experience. Open to discussion for experienced applicants. New hires are eligible for a raise after 30 days, 90 days, and yearly, along with in-store discounts. And they offer partial child care reimbursement for experienced applicants, too. Join the team at the Exchange in Arnold, Nebraska.
Speaking of job opportunities, here's another one for you. Again, you'll find this posted on sandhillsexpress.com. Just go to the employment page there. Trotter Service in Loop City is seeking a working manager for their full-service station. Light mechanic skills and knowledge about tires necessary. Would prefer someone with managerial experience in customer service. Position includes a full benefit package, including 401k, cafeteria plan, paid health insurance, and PTO. Salary will be based on experience. You can call 789-6200. Talk to Jim or Tarina about the position. You can also apply right there at the station in Loop City.
Now, I don't mean to imply that local attorneys are not able to conduct court business and do legal things. They certainly can. They're very good at it. In just this case between Brent and I over the payment of a bill past due, plus there was a mowing over this past weekend that will be added. That'll be 3 mowings plus interest. And by the way...
Another mowing that took place when I was out of town. I just thought I'd throw that in there.
And with climate change, the UV haze is worse, and I'm going to have to increase that portion of the bill as well.
Well, I think keeping local attorneys out of it is good because there could be some conflict of interest for them, because many of them know you, many of them know me, and I probably don't want to get in the middle of it.
Exactly.
I wouldn't want to.
I wouldn't either. Okay. Anyway, I'll have my attorney contact your attorney after Wednesday morning's meeting in Omaha.
I'm representing myself.
Oh, that's a mistake. Oh, man, is that a mistake?
You can just tell him to call me.
Wow. That's crazy.
I've watched a lot of lawyer shows on TV. I'm ready.
Well, if that's the case, my wife...
I watch Law and Order.
Okay, I was going to say my wife could win any case if that happens, because she's watched every Law and Order that's been built.
I even watched L.A. Law back in the day.
Oh, my goodness.
I tell you what, I'm ready.
Perry Mason. Go back to Perry Mason.
Yeah.
All right, let's get serious for a moment or two here, because this is a serious subject. Community members have taken it upon themselves to bring awareness to mental health and the importance of reaching out when needed. They've created a website, which is mhpcc.org, both in English and now Spanish, and it's a very simply presented site with resources, because they want you to know that there is help locally available if you're having some tough times with mental health. Maybe you have somebody that you care about you've noticed is struggling. Whether it be, at work, church, school, a friend that you have and you notice that they're struggling, tell them about this website. You don't really have to convince them of anything other than please take a look. MHPCC.org. And I think nowadays we understand that mental health is just like any other health problem. It needs to be treated. So go to MHPCC.org and help yourself or your friends and neighbors out. If there's a struggle there going on, it can become serious.
All right. Universal Insurance Agency in Broken Bow visited with Nate Bell the other day when he came into the studio. Always important to make sure that you are insured properly. You want to make sure that your equipment, if you have some, is properly insured. They can help make sure that all of your building values are where they need to be. Not too long ago, portions of our listening area unfortunately got reminded that you never know when Mother Nature will strike. So you want to make sure that you are prepared, and the best way to do it is to sit down with an experienced and trustworthy insurance agent, and you'll find them at Universal Insurance in Broken Bow. Give them a call at 872-6438, or you can stop into their office right off Highway 2. Universal Insurance Agency, a division of GTA Insurance Group.
Thank you, Brent.
You're welcome, Dave, or David J, David J. Burney. Yeah.
You can call me, they used to call me Burn Dog.
Burn Dog.
Yeah.
All right. It's the morning show with Appy and Burn Dog.
They also called me Spider Legs.
Spider Legs. Now, why is that?
Well, it's obvious, isn't it?
Okay.
And my good friend Dave, a.k.a. Bum Lucas.
Yeah.
He was a teaser, you know, unlike any other. You think I'm a teaser? No comparison. And he called me CCC.
CCC.
Yeah.
Okay.
Concave chest. That's what he called me, all right. White Wedding, Billy Idol. My apologies to Mrs. Buntermeyer. She's a wonderful lady. I like her. She likes me. We get along great. But she says, sometimes, David, I just don't like the music you play. So I'm going to guess that might be one that Mrs. Buntermeyer doesn't care for. But she still listens every day. So appreciate that, Mrs. Buntermeyer. Today at the Prairie Pioneer Center, they're having mac and cheeseburgers, casserole, wax beans, fruit, and bread. And it's 9:25, but I bet if you give them a call, let them know you're coming, they'll have a plate for you.
Great.
Supposed to call by 9. My bad. Jeremy Shipe is in the studio.
Good morning.
How you doing, Jeremy?
Pretty good.
I like that shirt. Looks good on you.
Thanks. Large, tall.
Well, that's the best kind.
Wow.
Yeah, I've started slowly but surely converting my closet over to having tall sizes that actually fit.
You know, there's some people in this world that dream of having the hangers full of large, tall.
Yeah. I was 18 before I got out of Garanimals.
18 or 19, you're still wearing size 16, 18 pants.
Oh, man, I could still go to the boys' set. You'd be amazed how much money I saved.
Oh, I bet.
Just
Garanimals.
Oh, Brent. You're funny today.
Thanks.
So, Jeremy, how's it going?
It's going okay.
Good.
Had a good weekend. Was able to see my mom for her birthday on Saturday and was excited to do that. And kind of yesterday just hung out on the side of the house that was protected from the wind. It was beautiful outside if you could find a windbreak.
Yeah, it was nice. If you could, it was pretty windy, but comfortable.
Yeah. I just wanted to pop in, talk a little bit about the jobs that we have available. If anybody out there didn't know already or hadn't seen in some other place or, heard it or seen it, we're hiring for a couple of different positions here at KCNI KBBN. The first I'll talk about is news director and sports announcer. We can always use help on our sports team with more voices to go out and cover all the sports that we do in and out of every single season. That would be one component of it. The other component would be the news director side, which you'd be in charge of just telling the stories of Central Nebraska. If you're kind of one of those people that is always just curious to learn a little bit more about something, and it would just be as far as writing down the notes on that, asking the people involved a couple of questions, and putting it on the air. If you're not intimidated by having conversations with people, it's as simple as that. I think you'd be a great fit. So you can email me or just give me a call here at the studios on that position. Same goes with sales executive. We have one sales position coming open, and unlike all other sales positions in the way that when a previous salesperson leaves, their account list isn't given to everybody else in-house. We maintain that call list, that client list for the new person that comes in. Right out of the gate, you're going to be working with those same clients. You have an established list, an established territory, and these are established relationships, I think, is the number one part of it. You don't have to go out and cold call and, meet up with people that have never done business with us before, trying to do business with them out of the gate to earn a living yourself. You're going to be earning that living on a substantial commission rate out of the gate with a car to drive every day. You don't have to put miles on your own car. We provide one for you. So, again, being personable is kind of about going to be that way in every position in radio. Being able to talk and converse with people and have a good time with those of us here at the studio as well. So email or call me about either of those positions.
Yes, do. And I will say this, and I don't think this is out of line. Probably most radio stations, the top wage earners are the salespeople. And so that's the reward you get for sales, is you make a lot of friends. You meet new people. You have established friends of the radio station in this case, as you just presented, and you'll probably be one of the most highly paid individuals in the building. And that's just the way sales works. So if you're interested in making some real dollars and making some real friends, this job could be for you. Thanks, Jeremy.
Yeah, Yep, thank you.
All right. That's well said. So it's 9:31. I guess we can go now.
I guess, yeah. We've taken care of our business.
Now, will you wave at me if I wave at you if we cross paths between Omaha?
Oh, yeah. If we, what way do you always go?
I never take interstate unless I have to, so I'll probably go down 92.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. See, I would take, if I was going straight to La Vista, I would take the interstate 100% because that can cut a lot of time. But I'm going 92 leads straight to my parents' house, which is where I'm going tonight.
We'll probably see each other then.
Yeah. Oh, are you going down tonight?
No.
You're going tomorrow.
Yeah. But you're coming home. Well, we're going to have a meeting today to figure out who's going where.
We're gonna cross paths at some point.
See, I'm lucky. I'm the one. I'm just staying here, so I never win anything. So I get to stay here every year.
I've been looking at my schedule like every 6 hours for the past 3 days, making sure I'm going to be where I need to be all throughout this week on time.
Well, maybe you can get us straightened out at our meeting today, and we'll.
I hope so. I've got some notes written down.
Okay. Is that a 1?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I got to check on that.
I guess all three of us better write this down, huh?
Yeah,
1 o'clock
meeting
today.
at 1. Yeah.
And this is Monday, right?
Yeah, this is Monday. Yeah.
Okay. We'll take a time out and close the show.
HPPD resistance is becoming an increasing concern within the ag industry, especially for farmers. I'm talking with Liam Vincent, technical manager with BASF, and he says there are a few ways to tell you're facing HPPD resistance.
Sometimes you'll see